All right, now we're doing 7Q, How Green is My Valley. This is by G964, and 91% of the people like it. What we're going to get is an array of integers. We're going to need to sort the array. Basically, we're going to get an array, and we're going to sort it in descending order, and then we're going to put index 1 here, index 0 here, index 1. Pretty much all the evens on this side, all the odds on this side, and we're going to say, and we're just going to make it go down to where the lowest number is in the middle. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. All right, so for this one, we're going to start off by making a nested function, and this function is going to be a sorting algorithm. All right, so we're going to come over here to this page, and down here we've got this bubble sort. And this method right here, it's showing how to go in ascending order, but descending order, we're going to check these two, and check the first two elements, and whichever one's larger, we're going to send it to the left, and then we're going to just keep on going through. On the first pass through, the smallest number is definitely going to be pushed to the end, and then we're just going to keep going until the largest number is until it can't do it anymore, and the largest number is here all the way down to the smallest number here, right? And this is the function, this is the this is the code that we're going to use for the for the algorithm, except for we're going to change this here to the other direction, so it's in descending order, right? So I'm just going to take this stuff, might as well, and we're just going to drop it right on in here. And I'm going to do this stuff just to make it look a little better for the video. All right. All right. All right. And here is where we're going to change it up right in this if statement. Right there. All right. Let me take this. All right. Almost done. And then that one here. All right. Cool. So basically, it's going to go through, here's the first pass, this is the inner array, the one that we're doing the passes. And as I said before, it's going to check between these two here, and whichever one's larger, it's going to keep over on this side, over here, all right? Now that we've got that done, we're going to declare some variables so that we can do this function here, the make valley function. So right here, we're going to say let, and then we're going to say sorted equal bubble sort R, all right? And then we're going to say, whoops, that's not what I need to do. We're going to say length equals R dot length, because we're going to be using length a lot in this thing. Then we're going to also have an initial value that's an empty array, so we're going to say result equals empty array. We're also going to have an index to iterate through this R. Index equals 1. All right. Then we're going to have array left, which is going to be like a utility. It's going to be a utility value at 0. And then we're also going to have array right, which is a utility value over at length minus 1. Pardon me. All right, so now we're going to do a while loop. And with this while loop, we're going to say while index is less than length, we're going to say result at array left. Oops, that's not how we do it. At array left plus plus, because we're going to be iterating through, equals sorted at index minus 1. All right, because we're starting at this one. As you can see here, this index is here, so we're going to be starting here. Okay, so what we're going to do is take this one here, which is the index minus 1, and put it right here. Okay, at sorted index minus 1. Okay, so here's 1, and then this is where we're going to put it right here. All right, and so now we're going to say the same thing. We're going to do another one, pardon me, We're going to do another one for the right array, except we're going to change it up just a little bit. So right, and we're going to iterate through it negative style. So we're going to go from length -1 down, and then we're going to put it in there, sort at index. So instead of going to index 0, which is what we'll do here, we're going to go send it to index 1. That way, here's 0, here's 1, all right? But, it would be 0, 1 here, and then we'd fill in the rest of this stuff, okay? And that's basically how that's going to go. And also, we're going to say, while we're going through, we're going to say index plus equals 2. That way we can go, here's the first 2, here's the second 2, here's the third 2, and so on and so forth. All right? Now we've got to do some special cases. All right? We're going to do it if index -1, index -1 equals length -1. So let's see, it's going all the way through, and index -1 is the exact same as the length. So let's say it's meeting in the middle right here. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to say, and this is only in odd cases, in the cases when r.length is odd, what we're going to do here is we're going to say, we're going to do this, but we're just not going to iterate through since it's the last one we got to do. Okay, let's take this out of here. All right, cool. And then down here we're going to say another case if length is less than or equal to 1. So if there's only 1 or 0 things in the array, we're just going to return the array, all right? And then after all this is said and done, we're going to return result. Let's see how this works. All right, cool, awesome. Let's attempt it. Go all the way down, see how fast this is. 44 milliseconds, that's the time to beat. Pardon me, it seems like something we could beat, but who knows? Because this is, if you didn't notice, that's a lot of typing. So let's get rid of this stuff right here. All right, let's get rid of this and turn it into something like this, an arrow function. Let's call this const. Let's put an equal sign between these two things and then get rid of those parentheses, all right? And since I got to do big letters so that the video shows up, I'm going to do this on the second line just so we can, just so we don't have to scroll over. All right, so first things first, we're going to make an array. It's a brand new array, just like the result in the other one. And then we're going to have to throw R into it. But to get R, to get access to R, we're going to need to use the spread syntax, which allows an iterable such as an array expression or a string to be expanded in places where 0 or more arguments or elements are expected, right? So this is technically an array expression, so that's what we're going to have to do. Dot triple dot R. All right, and now with this we're going to do the sort method. Instead of doing that algorithm, we're going to use this sort method, which sorts the elements of an array in place and returns the sorted array. And here's the syntax right here. We're going to do a, b, and then a function after that. And the function is either a minus b or b minus a, depending. If it's b minus a, that means it's going in descending order, right? So r dot sort, and then let's say a comma b, and then we're going to have this and b minus a. Oops, a. All right, good. Now what we're going to do is filter it, okay? Because what we're doing is we're going to fill up this side first and then this side after that. So to fill up this side with this stuff, with little numbers, what we're going to do is use the filter method, dot filter. And what we're going to filter is, okay, the filter method creates a new array with all elements that pass the test implemented by the provided function. Here's the syntax we're going to use. We're going to use element index here. But since we don't need to mess with the elements, we're just going to mess with the index because we're going to use the even indexes on the right side and the odd indexes on the left side. Okay, excuse me. The even on the left side, odd on the right side. So we're going to make this filter out, filter And then, like I said, we don't need the element, comma, index. And then we're going to say when index, since we're looking for the evens, we're going to say when index remainder operator 2, that's not a remainder operator 2, when that does not have a remainder, okay, that's what we're going to put on this side. Therefore it's even, because like 4 divided by 2 will not have a remainder, but 3 divided by 2 will, okay? So now we've got this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to push comma, okay, because we're doing the left side first and then the right. So we're just going to take all of this, put it in right here, okay, and we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to get rid of this because we want the odds to be there, all right? And then also we're going to use reverse because it's going to be in this order, descending order, but we need it on this side to be in ascending order. So what we're going to do is use the reverse method, which reverses an array in place, and there we go. So we're going to say dot reverse, just like that. Now let's test it out. Not good. What's the problem? There has to be something wrong. Huh. What's wrong? I really don't want to make this video again. I really hope I can figure this out real quick. What's the problem? B minus A. Ah, here we go. Alright, let's change these up. I really don't want to make this video again. Alright, cool. Attempt it. There we go. And what were we at? 44 milliseconds? Let's see. 33 milliseconds. Big winner. Alright. So the, what is it? This concise syntax, that's the one that wins, alright? So let's submit it. Alright, very much like this one. My solutions. Alright, cool. Best practice in my opinion. And we'll see you next time.